Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Everyone roll in. We are so excited you are here with us. We have a phenomenal hour set up for you guys today. We're going to give a couple minutes for everyone to come on in. We had over 1,000 people register for this webinar. Don't worry, if you couldn't be here today, we are going to send a copy of this recording to everyone. So if you're joining us from the recording, welcome, welcome. What I'm going to do now, just to get us all going, is I'm going to open up the chat to everyone. And so go ahead and tell us, where are you viewing from? If you've joined one of these monthly webinar series before, you know we love to try to represent all 50 states. And so I would love to see if we could do that. I think last month we pretty much did. So looks like we have, Las Vegas, Orlando, Alabama. I'm going to Alabama next month, my first time ever. Let me know if you have any pointers. Arizona, Texas, more Texas, Florida. It's flying in now. I can't keep up. North Carolina, New Hampshire. Ooh, Queens, Chicagoland.
I'm from Queens.
Oh, nice. Central Texas, Florida. I love it. Very cool. So please, welcome, welcome. We're so happy. We're going to start in 1 minute. But it looks like everyone is still rolling in, and we want to make sure everyone has ample time to get in here. So we will start promptly in just 1 minute. It's 1 o'clock Eastern time for me, but Mark and Randy, I believe it's really only about 10 a.m. for you guys. So wherever you're joining us from, thank you so much. We have more. Texas is really representing. If you haven't commented, you have to comment, just because Texas is owning the board right now. All right, there we go. Boston. Hope you're coming to Next this year. It's in your neck of the woods. Oh, Savannah. I love Savannah. Such beautiful trees. More Georgia, Delaware, more Texas. See, Texas is rolling it. All right, everyone. It's officially 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us. Your time is valuable. So we're going to get right to it. What's going to happen is, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Elizabeth Canaru. I am the Director of Marketing and Engagement at NAR for our top level domains, .realtor and .real estate. Every month, we bring you a series of webinars so that we can help you grow. We want to come alongside you and provide you with the best of the best, so you can learn about products and features, learn some tools and tips to help you really excel in the marketplace. And so this month, we are privileged to have Highnote with us. They're going to do a phenomenal presentation on how to nail that listing even before you show up and meet someone. But first, just a little word from our sponsor, since we are so excited to sponsor this. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through a couple very quick slides as a word from our sponsor. And then, sorry, I'm not the best at multitasking. And then I will introduce Mark and Randy and toss the baton over to them. Again, I'll be quick because I know you're here for Mark. Mark is just such a legend in the real estate industry, and he has such knowledge to share with you guys. So let's get going. All right, in the chat, if you have a .realtor or a .real estate domain and or website, throw it in there. I'm going to check it out and see if I can do anything to help you ensure you're getting as many leads and referrals as possible through that during the presentation on the side. So if you are a member of NAR and you are joining us today, I want to let you know that you get a free website. So if someone were to Google you, how do you look? How do you perform when you're Googled? It's so important now more than ever to have an online presence. If someone referred you to me, the first thing I'm going to do is Google you. If it has red flags, I'm going to walk away. But if you have a beautiful, strong presence, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to say, let's do this. So as a realtor, you get a free website, a free .realtor domain, a free email address that ends in .realtor. So you can immediately tell people who you are and what you do. You can do all of this in less than 5 minutes because we've made it fast, we've made it easy, and we've taken the work out of websites, because you should be out selling. That's what you do. And so we want to provide you with the tools to help you get going. This is just an example right here of how it's going to up your marketing materials. If you have a digital business card or a card, that's fine. But look how much more professional it looks when it shows that .realtor off the dot. And also, most importantly, the average realtor stays with a firm for 4 to 6 years. So if you put all of your eggs in a Keller Williams basket, but then you switch to Coldwell Banker, how are your past clients going to find you? How are people they refer to you going to find you? If you use a .realtor domain, that is one consistent place you can always be found, or a .realtor email. That's one consistent place. You can brand these things, these websites, these domains to any which way you want, but that way you're building your own return on investment and your own online brand, and you're owning that online presence. I want to share just a couple testimonials because I love these, but it doesn't matter. It matters what your fellow colleagues think. As you can notice, Marita says, I would highly recommend getting the .realtor website because it's the best way to build your brand. Offers user-friendly interface. That was key to us in making these websites. So we're not only going to provide you with the websites, we're going to provide you with the tools and how to customize it, or we're going to customize it for you and do all of the work for you. Again, it's free for the first year and then only $39.95 a year after. So a very, very inexpensive way to have a marketing tool, but why not try it out free for that first year, see how it works? These come customized to your contact information, your phone number, your email. Everything's already pre-populated. You don't have to do anything but look it over, maybe add in your own picture, a couple of your own testimonials, and really make it work for you. Again, just top features, the lead gen connects to social media, showcases your testimonials. We have them optimized for top search results, user-friendly, and you have multiple designs to choose from. We have over 26 website templates, but really that lead gen is key. It's already set up and ready to go, but you can ask any questions you want. This is Val Clark. She says it was quick to use, easy to set up. So just love, if you look at our website, get.realtor, we have a whole page of testimonials from agents across the country telling how they're not only getting leads from these websites, but they're getting referrals too. Josh Germain in Hawaii has been getting more and more referrals because his website is beautiful. People Google him, they find him, and they know he's a realtor. They reach out and they connect with him that way. We have commercial, home builder, firm, association, you name it. We have the best website choice for you. Maybe you're listening to this and saying, well, I already have a website that I love, but I love the idea of having a domain that ends in .realtor. That's awesome. Go ahead and get your .realtor and forward it to that killer website that you already have and love. But that way you're still using that .realtor and telling people exactly who you are and what you do. Already have a .com that you're not willing to part with, but you want this free website? Grab the free website and do a redirect on your .com so it showcases your beautiful website. See all the options. We're all about building you up. This is again, Josh. He just said having the .realtor website is just the smart thing to do. If you don't want to have a .realtor or you're not a realtor and you want to rock that .real estate domain, that's another option. We have prop tech companies. Highnote, who's speaking to us today, they have their .real estate. So if you go to highnote.real estate, you're going to find them on the web. You're going to know immediately what industry they're in and who they're marketing to. And it's just a great way to dominate your online brand by having the more domains, the more websites you have, the better your online brand looks. It's also a great way to claim your geographical area, your team name, your company name, anything like that. It comes with a neighborhood website template, so you can truly own your area and increase local or add local content, increase your SEO, and really get found as the go-to agent in your area. Lisa Krunkle has had already 4 transactions since February. So that's showing you how much these domains and websites can really truly work for you. She grabbed actually 4 domains of all the different areas around her, and it's truly working for her. All right, so get started at get.realtor today to make a statement in a second. I will send you an email afterwards that has this information and also a recording and a link to Mark and everything he does. So sit back and relax, enjoy the show as we get started today. Let me stop sharing. Let me turn it over because truly I know what you're here for. Mark with Highnote. Mark is, like I said before, an industry legend. He is a former broker and owner. He gets what you're going through because he's done it just like you, top agent in California, and now the founder of Highnote. So without further ado, Mark, I pass the baton to you. You guys enjoy.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. How's everyone doing? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me, Elizabeth?
I can. You sound great.
Cool. All right. And nice to see everyone. It's been an eventful week in real estate, well, at least last week, and we're getting started. And I wanted to show you some stuff and teach you how to win listings and how to level up your listing game. Um, So stick with me for about an hour. I guarantee this is going to be really helpful for you. And I have my friend here and partner, Randy Toby. He's going to introduce himself in a second, but let's get started. My name is Mark Choi, founder of Highnote and co-founder of Climb Real Estate. We grew Climb, my old brokerage, to a top 250 brokerage in the US, and it was acquired by Realogy, now Anywhere. I was the #2 condo agent in San Francisco, and I'm going to teach you how we did just that. A lot of awards, won a lot of industry awards, and I'm really privileged and happy, and everything kind of fell in the right place for us. And all right, Randy Toby, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Go ahead, Randy.
Good to be here. So I come from the real estate space as well. Been 15 years in the real estate prop tech space. I've built 2 different technology companies. Both of them were acquired. And the one thing that I learned very early on, especially when you're bootstrapping a company, is I had to deal with I worked with everyday agents. I worked with everyday teams. I learned their ins and outs, their frustrations, because we would build technology to help solve that. So I never was fortunate enough to join a big company and have to just sell to executives. I worked with agents every single day. And one thing that I have always been focused on around that was, how do we create very simple solutions to help move the needle quite a bit for a real estate agent? Because you guys just don't have a ton of time to learn these really complex systems. But having easy to use tools that make big impacts are, that's really what it's going to be, is how do we help you with these really clever tools that make you close more deals. And closing one additional deal, either on the listing side or the buyer side, is a big commission. Don't
Awesome.
ever let that one deal get away from you, because like that could be the difference between the next deal or school or vacation or whatever. So how can we help you win more?
Cool. Thanks. All right. And let me just start off by saying that I'm an agent just like you all. And I started in 2006. I got my license with KW. And in 2010, I started a real estate brokerage, Climb Real Estate. And I'm going to kind of teach you or tell you my story a little bit and show you what our secret to success was. This is me carrying around one of our open house props. And this is our brokerage, the initial days of our brokerage. So I'm going to start off by saying, look, we won a lot of listings. And the name of the game in real estate is listings, especially now more than ever. And again, I was the #2 condo agent in San Francisco. I was invited to ring the opening bell for Zillow. And I was here featured on NASDAQ screen. And again, we were top 250 in the US, acquired by Realogy. And how do we do that? And well, we won a lot of listings, and we taught hundreds of agents how to win more listings. And we converted and transforms the lives of hundreds of agents, thousands of agents who were rookies and grew into top producers. And we're going to show that today. Now, when we first started selling real estate, we weren't the top agents, right? We weren't around for decades, and we were not the most experienced agents. So imagine starting a brokerage from scratch, or you're new to an area or new to a market. Guess what? There are a lot of competitors out there, and they've been around a long time. They've sold a lot more than we did. And, some of these competitors that we had, they had brokerages that were around a century, 100 years, not us, right? We were just new to the market. So how are we going to stand out? If you're in a similar situation, if you're new or if you're not as experienced as the top competitors in your area, how are you going to stand out? What are you going to do? Are you going to all of a sudden sell 30 more listings tomorrow? No, it just doesn't happen that way. It's built with time and experience, right? If you're with a brokerage that maybe doesn't have as big of a name as a, say, another brokerage in your area, well, how are you going to overcome that, right? It's going to be very difficult. So you have to find a way. How are you going to stand out and win? So this pink umbrella is sort of like a way to stand out and win and be noticed and be different than others. But not just for being different, but obviously to stand out and win, right? So some of the things that we were on our side, we were young, ambitious, and super focused. And we're focused on standing out. How do we stand out with the things that we can control? Like I said, you can't control how many listings, your sales record, how many years of experience, your brand name, your brokerage brand. You can't control any of those things. So we focus on the things we could control, right? And what is that? Well, the absolute best listing presentation process. The presentation itself, but as well as the sales process as we could make. And it made up for many of our shortcomings. It made up for our inexperience, our lack of exposure in this space. And it was the one thing that it's one thing that everyone can control, right? You can have a great presentation and also the whole process. So after we were acquired in 2016, I was sort of like, what are we going to do next? What am I going to do next? Realogy acquired us and they were going to make us a franchise. One of the franchises like Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, Corcoran, ERA, Better Homes and Garden. We were stoked. I knew, though, I could not work for a large company. I felt like I had an unsatisfied mission and it wasn't making me happy to work for a large company like Realogy. So I said to myself, what next? Well, what I did love was the camaraderie, or as well as helping other agents. And I really loved helping agents. That was really what got my day going. Nothing makes my day better than an agent who's a customer of Highnote telling us that we helped them win a listing or we helped them win a buyer. So I wanted to get back to that, that feeling I had when with Climb, and the same thing at Climb, we were helping rookie agents turn into top producers. And so they really thanked us for helping change their lives. And so I wanted to get back to that. So that's why I created Highnote. And so one of the things that we did do at Climb and in my former real estate career was I mastered the real estate listing presentation. Not only all the sections that should be in a presentation, right, but how you deliver it with technology and when you should deliver these things. And what's the right sales process to stand out when you're up for a listing at a listing appointment. And so, I wanted to level up how listing presentation materials were presented and delivered with technology. And I thought the rest of the real estate industry needed to learn some of this too. And I was right. So let's get into it. Highnote was born, and it's a new way for agents to win listings and more. And I'm going to talk about this later. But first, I'm going to talk about how to ace your listing presentation. Okay. This is us, Randy and I, after we started Highnote and running around trying to spread our message and our word, how Highnote can help agents win business. And this is what leads us here today. We were invested in by NAR Reach, to bring Highnote to NAR. And that's why we're here today with Elizabeth and you all today. All right. So I want to take a step back here and really, I want us to have, a little bit of motivation here. We really have to think about upping our game, upping our listings game. And what does that mean? Well, taking every single lead that you're getting, seller lead, and converting every single one and winning every single lead. Every single listing lead you lose is what a competitor wins, unfortunately. So you need to figure out how to win every single listing and opportunity. And one way we used to say this is like, look, there's no second place, right? If you don't win that listing, or you can't partially win a listing, right? So you have to do everything that you can to win the listing. And it has such a multiplier effect on your business, as you know, because why? Listings begets more listings. The more listings you have, the more listings you're going to get, the more buyers you're going to get, the more business you're going to get. Plain and simple. You all know this. And if you don't win a listing, that just means your competitor is getting it and they're going to get more of it in the future. So this is the way we looked at this. And we really had a drive hard mentality about not losing any listing lead that you get. And so that's why we spent so much time building the software and spending a lot of time on the science of the presentation. Now, the other thing you got to think about, your presentation is a reflection of yourself. Think about that. What you present is a reflection of yourself. The way you dress is a reflection of yourself. Unfortunately, the car you drive is a reflection of who you are as a real estate agent. I hate to say it, but it's true. And the way you carry yourself is a reflection of yourself. And that also goes for your website, your social media, and your listing presentation, right? If you send something beforehand, it's the pre-listing presentation. So what you send beforehand, right, before you meet in person, sets the tone for everything else. And how you present at the listing appointment really sets the tone for who you are. So think about that. Your presentation is a reflection of yourself. So why not make your presentation as great as you are? That's our attitude, and that was our motto, right? And let me ask you a question. If you have an average listing presentation, average, right? What does that say about you as an agent or as a professional, right? So ask yourself that question, right? Like, if your presentation is just average, what does that say about you, right? And that's what you're projecting to the sellers, right? So let's talk about that now. You could put this in the chat if you'd like, but how would you rate your own listing presentation from 1 to 10? Everyone open it. I would love to open it up and see what people answer. I mean, in previous sessions, the average answer is around a 6. And so the question is, why can't it be a 10? Why is it not a 10? Right? And that's what I'm here to tell you. Okay, I see an 8, I see a 7. That's good. I see a 5. Keep going. And some people don't even have presentations, which is shocking to me. Great. Sabrina's a 5. Wendy 7.
For the people that, are rating themselves, first of all, kudos to you, right? And second of all, don't worry about it, because there's a ton of people, like Mark said, that don't have anything. They just kind of like show up and go. So we're gonna change that today. We're gonna take 5, 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s and make them 10s, but at least give yourself a little pat on the back.
That's awesome. Okay, good. Thank you for answering, guys. So there's room for improvement here. All right. Now, the way we look at this is your presentation should tell a story. And, storytelling is a powerful tool for creating an emotional connection with the seller. And you're pitching to a human, right? And so every presentation you create should have a beginning, a middle, and a conclusion. Everything is a story, all right? And the conclusion of your presentation should always be, you are the only person for the job. Right? And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. The listing appointment. Let's talk about this. The seller finds you first, right? On Zillow, maybe they find you on the web, they find you on social media, maybe they refer to you, maybe they see your A-frame signs, whatever. Then there's an initial email or phone call, which you set up with them to meet them at their house, right? Then you have an in-person meeting, and this is called the listing appointment. And then there's some follow-up. They either have questions about you and your process. They have questions about what you would recommend to do to market their home or to reposition their home or to make repairs to the home, or you have to get back to them about valuation, because after you see the home, that's what you need to do, and you have to close. Now, everyone, so what we recommend is to send something stunning beforehand, and that's a pre-listing presentation, but you should send something digital, okay? A lot of people do not have a digital listing presentation, pre-listing presentation. And I'm gonna explain why you need to do this, right? I mean, part of the reason is, look, we're in what year are we? 2024, right? You need to be digital. And even if your clients are older and are not used to digital and don't want to read things on the screen, it's not the point. You need to adopt digital technology and show that at least, hey, you're with it. You're with the times. Are you going to say that because your clients are old that you're not going to have a website either? No, right? So you should always send something digitally. Why? It doesn't cost anything to do it, right? It doesn't cost anything. If you mail it in, great. Mail one too. But if you at least send something digitally, right? And that's what we did. We still do this today, stunning digital pre-listing presentation. And
everybody has one of these for the most part, right? Everybody has one of these. And for the most part, everybody's been conditioned to scroll, to consume, to look at, right? So as long as your people have one of these, you should be sending something digital.
Exactly. Yes. And Deanna said, I just sent it to a client who's 79 years old. They were not techie, but they loved it, right? And that's the same experience you're going to get. You just don't know, even if they're older, how they're going to react. So you might as well do it, right? And so our process was we bookended the appointment with stunning and standout experiences, right? Stunning digital standout experiences. And why? Because the other agents aren't doing that. And so you immediately come out ahead, right? You come out ahead at least in one factor, right? If you're not ahead in terms of years of experience, maybe you're not the top dog or in the area, maybe you're not the neighborhood dominator, maybe you haven't been around for 30 years, brokerage hadn't been around for a century, but at least now you're ahead in this part, right? And this is the listing appointment, nailing the listing appointment. The other reason why you send something before is to warm up the seller for the in-person listing appointment. And we're going to talk more about that as well. Okay. So I have some questions. How many send a pre-listing presentation digitally now? Please message here. Good. Thank you, Jennifer. And I'm assuming, okay, good. And then was there a lot? Sometimes. Got it. Okay. There's 170 people plus on this, I believe, right? And there's a lot of, and now the question is the ones that don't, why not? Right? How come? And then how many send the follow-up listing presentation after? Now, I didn't explain what this purpose of this is. Well, let's just say you're at the listing appointment and you find out there's 2 other agents they're interviewing, which is very common. Sometimes it's 1 other, sometimes you're the only one, fine. Sometimes it's 3 others, right? And let's say you haven't nailed it, you haven't closed them at the listing appointment, and there's still questions. And so they're waiting for your follow-up. They're waiting for answers to questions that have come up during the listing appointment. Well, are you going to just email them? I say not, right? I say, why not build a professional follow-up listing presentation, right? Or even better, a thank you card written. Absolutely, right? Leslie said that. Yeah, thank you card. Yes, I would do both, right? Why not do both? And the follow-up listing presentation is about answering objections, talking about how the strategy of selling the home what you're going to do, but also comps, valuation, etc. And I'm going to show you examples of those too. Great.
And what about winning? How many people would like to win listings before they even show up?
Yeah.
Right? Like for real. Like, how would you like a lead comes in, you convert it, they come in, and by the time you get there, they're like, you already won, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a quick little story about that. Somebody that's very, very, very close to me is obviously a Highnote user, and they sent out a Highnote ahead of time. And in that Highnote, they had a little video about them. It was about them. The pre-listing, you should be pre-selling yourself and what you do. A little video about them, how they're involved in the community, schooling, etc. Right? How they market the property, right? About their team, about their company, how they're different, blah, 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 right? 15, 16 assets in a pre-listing deliverable. That person shows up to the house to go to the listing presentation. The husband and wife greet her and basically give her a hug. She never met these people in her life. And the wife came out and gave her a hug. The husband was like, nice to meet you. And we just want to let you know, they get to chit-chatting for about 5 or 6 minutes. We just want to let you know that we have 2 more interviews with other agents, but we've already decided to go with you. This client says, well, why? She says, because the first agent that we booked an appointment with, they just sent us a Google meeting, like request, right? The other one, they just like confirmed the appointment. We already feel like we know you, right? Kelly was the only one that actually sent this off. We actually feel like we know you, right? And we love what you're about. We love what you're doing, right? Like, we don't know anything about these other people. She was able to secure a $750,000 listing without even saying a word. She sent the pre-listing digital Highnote presentation, and she outperformed one other agent specifically who kind of dominated that subdivision.
Right. She stood out.
She stood out. She went from a 5, all the rest of those people were like a 5, a 6, right? To a 10. Why? I personally think it was the video and her marketing capabilities, right? But at the end of the day, that's what we want you to be able to do. By the time you even get there, you're already a step ahead of everybody else. And this isn't a PDF that we're talking about, right? This is an interactive presentation.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna tell you a couple more of those stories too. So I'm gonna go through these 2 things. What is a perfect pre-listing presentation and the perfect follow-up listing presentation? These are actual presentations that we have battle tested and used and continue to use today to win in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, probably one of the most competitive markets in the whole country. All right, the perfect pre-listing. And this is what it looks like, right? And this is what it looks like in Highnote. And what it is an experience. It's something that really wows it's designed to wow the seller. And I'm going to share sound. And again, Randy mentioned it. The pre-listing is about you. Why? Because they don't know you yet, right? You got to assume they don't know who you are. So you're introducing to who you are. That's why they want to meet you. They want to get to know you. Warm them up with this, something like this. Get to know Chris Lim. Chris Lim was my partner at Climb Real Estate. He was president of Christie's International Real Estate after he left Climb, after we sold Climb. Now look at this. You include the video. Include a video of yourself.
I'm Chris Lim, and I'm the founder of Climb Real Estate. I don't know what my favorite neighborhood is in the Bay Area.
This was professionally produced. It doesn't have to be. It just needs to be a video of you. And again, you don't have to send it, but it's a lot better if you do. Now, team, my brokerage, and these are just files, guys, right? This is my team, right? This is the Bay Area, like experience, like why are we good here? Our office presence. Here are my services, in-house interior design team. I offer staging services. I offer free, marketing, whatever you want to say. And then you talk about the properties that you sell in the area. You talk about that you know this neighborhood. You talk about the marketing timeline, right? Showing the steps that are involved in selling with you. And you want to be very clear with your explanations, because a confused seller or confused buyer basically can't make a decision, right? So you want to be as clear as possible in all of your explanations. Title report, public records, including something like that. What happens after an offer is accepted? What's the value of your home? Well, I'm not going to send you the value of the home just yet. I'm going to meet you and walk the home. We recommend to never send the value of a home in the pre-listing presentation, because sometimes you could be wrong. And if you're wrong and you're wrong on the low side, well, guess what? You just shot yourself in the foot. You didn't even see the home yet. So you need to understand what the seller thinks the home is worth, right? So you don't want to send it beforehand, and including a listing agreement in the presentation. Now, why do you do this? Well, a couple things. One, it's a closing technique called a presumptive close. You're presuming to win this deal, and you're signaling strength, you're signaling confidence. You're sending the listing agreement ahead of time. Hey, I'm ready to sign this listing agreement with you because I'm a great real estate agent. I know you're going to love me. And I'm sending this advance so that you can check it out, right? Now, it's a really subtle clue and a hint. Not only that, if you send it with Highnote, which I didn't really talk about much, but we give you notifications. We tell you whether they're reading this document or not. And that's one of the beauty of sending with technology, is we can tell you in detail what sections they're reading and what sections they're not reading of your presentation. And then you send your testimonials, right? Why me? This is why me. Look at all the great testimonials I've had. And then why Chris Lim again, right? So why you as the agent? So sending something like this is a proven way to win business even before showing up. Randy told a story. There's at least 10 other stories that I could tell you, but we've had people, agents who have used Highnote for this pre-listing presentation part, and they show up. The listing presentation is all printed out. The listing agreement is printed out. And the agent showed up. He's like shocked that that actually happened. And this agent said, that's never happened to me before. My gosh, I'm going to use this tool all the time. Now, I want to make a differentiation. You have to send something incredible and stunning ahead of time. It can't just be a PDF, right? Why? Because if another agent is doing that, you're not going to stand out. So you need to level up your game, right? This is a web page, basically. It's a landing page. It's an experience that's going to be different than what other people are sending, if they're sending anything at all. A lot of people don't even send anything. So this is what we're talking about, leveling up, right? And all right, this is what does average do, right? What does an average person do? They have an email here, and they send attachments. And you're in real estate, so there's a lot of documents, there's a lot of video, there's a lot of collateral you need to send. Email just doesn't cut it anymore. So sending an email full of links and attachments is really confusing for the seller. And this is what they typically do. They're like, oh my God, this is a lot of stuff. And you don't even know whether they've opened it or not, right? Highnote solves that problem. Now, let me ask you, what would make a better impression? This on the left, full of attachments, or this on the right? Right? So again, it's a very subtle thing, standing out. But
just the video, right? Just the video alone. Let's stop and talk about the importance of video, right? A little welcome video about yourself. I mean, everybody's on a social media platform, right? They know that digital first is really heavy on video. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I have met a lot of people. I follow a lot of people where if I met them in person, I would already feel a little bit more comfortable with them, right? So the fact that you're going to get a video that plays native in the very beginning, that's what we recommend. It's just another way to make a little bit bigger connection. And again, I'm sure that you guys follow people or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, where you saw these people in the airports, you'd be like, oh my God, I watch on YouTube or Instagram or whatever the case may be, right? The fact is we have video and it's just as good as face-to-face. So by getting that in front of them with a video, it's so much better. And in this clunky version that Mark is showing, which is what a lot of people send out, they send out like a PowerPoint, you know, with a bunch of attachments and links, and they're being shot all over the place. And then they're like, well, where did I leave off? This digital presentation looks a lot like Instagram. You scroll, you watch videos, you open pictures, it goes back to the presentation, and then you know what's happening on the back end. So it's giving you that spidey sense.
Awesome.
So
Thank
the
you.
video is
I'm
important.
going to show you that too. All right. We don't limited time, so I'm going to get through this all. Perfect follow-up presentation. We also have a follow-up presentation, and I'm not going to get into this right now for saving time, but property assessment, making recommendations. Maybe I'll just open it a little bit and show you guys what it looks like. But this is how you close them, right? Especially if you have not won them at the listing appointment. And you know, you're talking about your walkthrough assessment strategy, target demographic, timing, when you're going to bring this to market, comps. You can insert any sort of CMA that you want in here. Online property values. This is what Zillow and Redfin are saying about your home. Next steps, sales and marketing calendar. Reasons why your home might not be selling. Let's not make those mistakes. Summary of my recommendations. And here's my listing agreement again. And again, about me. This is how you close deals. You know, we provide these templates for free. By the way, if you stay to the end, we're going to give you all this for free, along with 30 power tips on how to build great listing presentations like this. What do you include in them and what don't you include in them? We're also going to be providing you these two templates, the pre-listing presentation and the follow-up presentation for free. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. We went through these pre-listing presentations. We talked about digital presentation experience. We talked about analytics, seeing what people are reading. And then we talked about the follow-up presentation. What's your biggest takeaway? Please mention it in the chat here. We'd love to see what people are getting from this and not getting from this, but I want to understand what people's biggest takeaway is so far in this presentation. Pre-listing video, perfect. No more email attachments, great. What else? Pre-list is important, yep. The process, use it as after the person, yep. Landing page, yep. Leaders learn how to use digital, yep. Video, yep. Help you stand out, great. Memorable, exactly, right? Pre-listing, digital is key, regardless of age. Perfect. And you know what? You're sales and marketing, right? That's what you need to do, is stand out. So, all right, so let's talk about what the offer is here. Now, I want to also really give a pep talk here. Why are we average, right? And this is what holds people back, right? And why people are average and they're stuck being average. And I know it's not where anyone wants to be. Nobody here wants to be average, right? But there's many good reasons. One, you don't have the time, right? You don't have the tools. You don't know how to not be average. You don't have the support, right? And you don't know how, basically. You don't know how to up your game. And that's why we're here, right? Now, you know everything you need to have. You know you want to do these things, right? And I'm going to show you how to build these quickly. And not only that, we do it for you, all right? How does that sound? You know, I built Highnote to solve this problem. And that's why we're here today, to bring this solution to you. And our users are saying that Highnote is a game changer. It's my secret weapon. And we were written up multiple times by NAR, Inman, every single real estate publication. We were given a rare 5-star review by Inman as well. And we were one of the finalists for Innovator of the Year Award as well. And we were invested in by NAR. Now, bottom line, Highnote wins deals. It streamlines the entire sales pitching process. We collect and deliver everything into a single, beautiful, and trackable presentation. Now, and that's what we showed you today, right? We showed you the digital listing presentation and the follow-up presentation as well. And that's what Highnote does. And we work with all the latest real estate technology, everything from your CMAs to your digital magazines, to Google Maps, to market reports, to every testimonial and video, as well as video platform out there. And winning listings is one of the biggest things. This agent, she won a $2 million listing from Zillow lead without even meeting the seller. Okay. And she beat 3 other agents as well. She also could not meet the client face to face. Okay. And then this is, this is Chris Lynn. We showed you this already, the pre-listing and the follow-up. And again, to emphasize, the pre-listings to establish credibility is to build a connection before you meet them. Follow-up is to close, strategy and value. And this is the 2-step process we use in the most competitive markets in the country. All right. I'm going to give you a little demo real quickly, what Highnote does and how it works. This is inside of Highnote, okay? A pretty standard presentation builder. But this is what you do. So let's say listing presentation demo. And very simple to add pictures, pick pictures. I saw a lot of people from Texas in here. Let's pick some pictures from Texas. We have millions of stock images all built into the tool. Let's pick a city, Houston, Texas. Okay. And they're all built into the tool. You just pick, make it look beautiful, and then you just upload stuff, right? You upload links, you insert links, and then the internet is super slow right now, so we're waiting for this to start to keep going. But this is what ends up being built, something like this, right? Now, I know how tech challenged we all are. We're busy. We don't have time to build these things, but we'll build them for you, okay? We have these templates available. And we're going to show you and offer a package to build these for you. Okay, here we go. So this is what I showed you here, and this is how you do it. You upload files, you drop links in, and you pick images. Now, when you send this out, you can either create a web page, right? It's a public web page. You could share a link, or you could share with email. And then once you share that link to people, this is where the magic happens. They're just wowed, and you're winning listings and deals. And then you get to see what they're looking at, which is incredible. All right. Highnote's a game changer. And offers, a lot of agents are sending this with offers. I'm not going to talk about this right now, but there's a lot of different use cases for Highnote. You can send offers with Highnote as well. Any sales or marketing use case. Buyer presentations. This is very important in today's day and age. A lot of agents use it for buyers. We're also going to be doing a buyer presentation demo in the future. Stay tuned for that. Keeping clients informed, neighborhoods, communities, client retention, etc. Tons of testimonials about how they love Highnote, how it just streamlines their whole process. All right. What you get with Highnote, world-class listing winning presentation tool. You also get buyer presentations, you get property marketing, client retention, offer presentation tool, recruiting tool as well. People use this for recruiting as well. So much more. But I want to talk to you about the listing presentation package we have for you. Let me ask you a question. What is the average sale price or listing price in your area? I want everyone to chat in the webinar chat and tell us how much it is. How much you are in San Francisco? We were 1 million for a listing. Okay, I want to see everyone else. 500K in Arizona, fantastic. 350K, 750, 650. That's a lot of money, right? If your commission is 2.5%, you do the math. Everyone knows what a listing's worth, tens of thousands of dollars. Fantastic. All right. Let me ask you, if Highnote can get you just one more listing, right, that you otherwise would not have gotten before, what would you pay? What would you pay for another listing, right? Well, obviously, a $500,000 listing, a commission is $10,000 to you. Would you pay $10,000? Well, obviously not, but would you pay less than that? Would you pay $1,000? Would you pay $2,000? What would you pay to win listings? And not only that, it's not just one listing, right? 2 listings, 5. How about 5 listings? How about if it helps you win 5 more listings this year? That's $50,000 more that you otherwise would not have gotten without such a tool. How about 10 listings? We've been using Highnote for a decade, right? So how much is that, right? And how good would it feel to significantly increase your listings this year, right? We all need listings. How great would it feel to significantly increase your listings this year? Think about that, right? So I'm going to show you what the listing presentation system is, and here's the offer. You're going to get 2 winning listing presentations, right? The pre and the follow-up. Value. Our value for this is $1,500, okay? Plus, we're going to customize these for you. We're going to meet with you, customize these presentations for you, okay? Another $1,500 value. Highnote, you're going to get the software. You're going to be able to take these presentations, customize them, deliver, okay? And track the readers. Track what the sellers are reading so that you can follow up better. And you're going to get notifications, real-time notifications on this. Value for this software package, $1,000. Total value is $4,000 for this seminar, $957.88 for everyone on this call here. And again, you're going to get 2 winning listing presentations, proven, done for you, customization service, as long as Highnote as well. Okay, but really the true value is really the number of listings you're going to win per year, right? And how many years you're using Highnote, right? This is going to be transformative for your sales and your game. So $957.88, and we can't do this for everyone, right? This is sort of an experiment that we started at the end of the year, beginning of the year, building listing presentations for agents, because we said, you know what? Listing agents are busy, right? They don't have time to build their own listing presentations. So let's offer a service that we can offer this to agents around the country, right? And we've capped this at 500. I think we already sold a whole bunch of these. I'm not sure if we're near to 500, but we're getting close. And not only that, right? We have a guarantee, okay? If you use these listing presentations and you use Highnote as we teach you, and it doesn't help you win more listings, I'll refund your money. Money back guarantee. So if you build these presentations with us and you use Highnote in the way we describe it here, and you don't win with it, right, we'll refund your money. And so this is a money back guarantee we're offering, no risk. And you ask yourself, what's your time worth? How much is a listing worth? So scan the QR code, $957.88. Go to this, just scan the code. It'd be faster to go there and grab this. And for those who stay to the end, you're gonna get a free, you're gonna get you're gonna get 30 free tips, plus the pre-listing and the follow-up presentation template. And hang on for that. This is the advanced system to winning listings, okay? Scan this, you're gonna get 30 tips, plus tips on how to win more listings, plus the templates, and an explanation of what should go into every single listing presentation, okay? And what we're gonna teach you in this is how to win listings before your listing appointment, how to make sure your listing appointment is successful, and how to seal the deal when sellers are still on the fence, right? And, oh, okay, someone's asking to put the other QR code back up. Let me put that one up. All right. This one. Awesome, we're seeing the sales come in. Great, so listen, we give you the templates that we talked about. Not only that, we build them for you. We interview you and build them for you and populate them for you, customize them for you. Not only that, we will meet with you and teach you how to customize these for every single appointment and win deals with it. Great. Awesome.
So a couple things. If you're not a Highnote user, you're just buying the done for you service and the actual Highnote platform. You're good for the year, and there is no monthly fee. We do, and that's if you chose that plan. We do also offer a monthly fee on the platform, but not the done for you service. Remember, we have built and seen thousands of these. We know what works, we know what doesn't work, right? So we're taking years of experience, information, and feedback from existing customers, and we're able to build out the perfect ones for you. So that's why this is really good. And I think based upon this is the second one. You guys have been asking for the second QR code. That's the one that's up right now. That's got the 30 free tips. That's definitely what you're going to want to grab as well, because it walks through a lot of the stuff and the breakdown and the methodology, why you guys should have this. So that's great for those of you who answered. You did have something in place. Maybe it's a physical one, but the tips and tricks will actually help you create the digital first one, which is just as important, if not more.
Right.
Is this $957 an annual cost? So this is for us to build them for you, and it's also for 1 year's worth of service of Highnote, right? Next year, you will not be billed the $975. You'll just be billed your monthly or your annual fee for the actual platform cost itself. So just so you guys know, the monthly cost of Highnote is around $35. If you buy it for a year, you could take that times 12 and take a 20% discount. So it's only a couple $100 for the actual tool itself. The real cost is us building this stuff for you.
And again, it's a money back guarantee, right? If we build these for you, you work with us, build it for you, and you use it, and it does not help you win, there's no risk. You're going to get your money back, right? So again, to break it out just so it's clear, just to reiterate what Randy said, the software for Highnote is around $35 a month, right? Which is basically around $300 a year, right? There's a discount for buying annually, which brings the monthly cost of Highnote to $29 a month. Now, so that's about $350 for Highnote. But the templates, the winning templates, right? And the done for you service, 2 winning templates plus the done for you service, done for you. So you have these presentations locked and loaded, ready to go, so that when you have a listing presentation, a listing appointment, you send that out ahead of time. That is an extra fee of around $600, and you're getting $600 for 2 of them, right? So it's about $300 each to customize, to work with you, and not only that, to help you win listings. You're going to win listings with this new method. So, all right, great. Any other questions about what is premium versus done for you? So the software is one thing. Yes, American Express. It should accept American Express. Software, $350. Done for you service is basically $300 per listing presentation, the pre and then the follow-up. It's $600. $957, the whole thing. To design them, it depends on our meetings and you know, we need to meet with you and get as much collateral that you have already. And what we do is we build a new digital experience for you. But to turn it around is a few days. So it's very quick, right? The whole thing, if you know, can take as short as 2 days, basically. But we have to book a time, schedule a time, meet with you. And of course, it's limited availability. There's a lot of agents that we're servicing. So the faster you do it, the better. It's all first come, first serve. So Janelle asked, or I think that's how you say your name, do you personalize each presentation to a specific listing? No, we give you one generic one, right, about you, and we show you how to personalize these things for each and every one that you go on. You don't have to change much, right? But you want to try to just change the title or maybe the image, the header image that you have, to just be targeted towards that seller. But you don't have to change much, actually, at all. And that's the way we built it. Okay, any other questions? Lachelle, I see you have a question here. Email us, email Randy, or myself. No, it was the same price last year, but just email us, we'll talk. Okay, cool. Any other questions? We're getting a lot of purchases here, a lot of questions. Fantastic. Let's see. Site Kimberly Davis not accepting payment. All right, email us, we'll take care of you. Yes, the tips. Here's the QR code for the tips. Advanced system to winning listings. Scan that for the tips. Okay. Oh, someone wants to get the code for the this to buy.
In LD, just shoot us an email. I put my email in there and Mark's email in there. Again, if you were on last year when we just, or later when we launched this, right? The done for you, if you were on earlier in the year, and you're a user, you just have to buy the actual done for yous since you're already paying for the product. So if you just,
yeah, the source of confusion, that could be it. Yeah.
yeah. So if you're already a user, let's just get you on there and we'll build them out for you. And then we'll deliver them to you.
The tips take you to pay. It shouldn't. This should be, this is the tips. Sorry. We got two QR codes going. This is the tips. Let me check this, that this works. This, we double check this, right, Randy?
Yep.
Yeah, this
Which
takes you. This should take you to the guide. Free guide. Just said, yeah, it does. So this is the guide. The advanced system to winning listings. And then here's to buy everything.
And if they go to get.highnote.io, it'll be the same link, correct?
Yeah, you just have to choose the number of done for you services. If you just scan this, it goes right to the package, which is 2 of these done for you services. But you could go to get.highnote as well.
Yeah.
Wow, this was wonderful. You guys took it exactly to 2 o'clock, like perfectly. I don't know how you guys did that, but you mentioned they're the best. So they, again, Randy put the emails in. Feel free. Randy and Mark are both extraordinary people. Again, legends in the industry. So when they say email me, they mean it. If you have a question or you need something, reach out to them. Take advantage. I hope you guys all found this to be super educational. Go land some listings. Yes. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much, Randy. You guys were just a wealth of information. I also want to thank all of our viewers for watching today. And if you did put your .realtor or .real estate domain in the chat, I did go in and double check, made a couple tweaks so that your websites all look phenomenal as of right now. So feel free to check that out as well. And if you want to better your online brand and have something to link to in your listing, presentations and digital presentations, make sure you get to get.realtor today to claim your free domain and website. Thank you guys again. I hope everyone has a phenomenal day and best of luck to you all.
Thank you, everyone. We love being here.
Bye, guys.